Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming out here. Look ahead lines for Saturday, the 28th of February, final day of the month. We'll get to several college basketball games for you in college basketball Saturday afternoon. Before I get to that, like, share, subscribe, notification bell on. You don't want to miss out. Free picks, college hoop tournament stuff, soon to be Ruby prop time in Major League Baseball right around the corner. You could be like our guy Dylan today. He brought out the lock emoji for the Yankees. That got there. College basketball for Dylan. 0-7 today. 0-7, 15-14 for my guy there. I mean, rough one. Rough Friday night. I had a win on my only play, Coastal Carolina, doggy outright. So there is that. We will take a win. We never will take those for granted. I'm going to tweet out here at Mr. Sean Higgs on the X. If you haven't followed, please do so. Making sure we have all the correct records up before we do that. Because I don't like making mistakes. I do make them. I do make the mistake sometimes, but all right, there we go. There we are. We're in business. They're on the X. Wonderful. Live on the X. Look at this. We got a whole 5 people watching on the X, it says here. Love to see it. Super. Super. I'm a star. Let's see what we got going on here in the chat. Dylan can't control himself. Locks again. Lock emojis. Duke outright. I mean, so you're laying the money line here. So Duke on the lock emoji, trying to get back in the win column. Minus 675 on the money line. And Houston outright. Houston on the money line. That's going to be a big nut there. We're running 18 points. Where is this Houston game? Oh, such a monster card. Where the hell are they? $12 should be right on top. Where are they? Houston. There it is. Not bad. Minus 5,000. Actually, you know what? That's at MGM. I'll find you a better number. I could get you minus 3,600 at DraftKings. Whew. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. This is Mr. I mean, you make Mr. Numbers look like a Billy Walters with those numbers. Mr. Weskers, I'm a bit of a stickler for punctuality. I figured all guys would be earlier than late. I roll out when my numbers are final there. I want to have the things updated. Jackson has Princeton money line college. Hold on a second. You had You had over 25.5. Over 25.5. It was 11-7. That's a loser. Lock emoji. Syracuse, Princeton, lacrosse over 25.5. Joe is in the house. Arkansas plus 10 tomorrow. You know what? I can do this. They've been playing all right. And it's not that a team is due for a hiccup. That's not what I'm saying. But the Gators have been rolling along since the start of the year. And I said that it goes back to that game versus Georgia. They were a 9-something point favorite beginning of year, 9.5. And I was like, who the hell are they to be laying this kind of number, right? They haven't been playing all that great. In fact, they were what? 1-1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, and 2, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, 7-4, 8-4, 9-4, 9-5 at the time. 9-5, and you're laying 9.5. And I was like, oh boy, Georgia. They rolled Georgia, rolled Tennessee, Oklahoma by 20. Tough game at Vandy, still won. 18 LSU. They lost at Auburn. They lost home Auburn. They got upset there. 50 points over South Carolina, 23 Alabama, 19 A&M, 20 over Georgia, 9 Kentucky, 14, 19, 13. I mean, reeling off victories and covers too. 7-3 last 10 in the SEC here. I mean, I don't hate taking Arkansas here. I can make a case for him, Jake. I can make a case. It is. It's Friday night. I got the Soprano shirt on. You like that? I was gonna actually throw on the wedding ring. Where's my ring? It's in the desk somewhere. Well, that's not good. Woo. There you go. We got the nice titanium with the diamonds. Like, look at that. This is old school. The black. Not like the plastic crap that people wear. Well, I'm not a jewelry guy. I love you too, Mr. Weskers. Thanks for coming in. Joe Clayton says Duke is a lock tomorrow versus Virginia. Houston minus 18. I think Houston rolls tomorrow. I'm probably going to put that out in the regular picks. I had in my little book here minus 18.5. Why do you think so many people underestimate Michigan? I have no idea, and I'm one of them. I was like, maybe Illinois wins today. I mean, Michigan. I mean, just them. I mean, them and Duke just look ridiculous. What's there to say? Go back on the replay. We will. We'll go back on the replay, bro. You had the over. Let's go midday money show. Gonna find a comment. UConn. Let's see who they got tomorrow. Oh, against the Hall. Bright and early, huh? $14 points. I mean, the last two games in stores, 81-50, 91-60. I'd have to lead UConn. Delaware. Blue Hens. I'm going to get to the pick. So we'll stop right here and go to the videotape here. Let's get some games up here. We will start with the in crowd. And away we go. I'll put them in the comments section here on Winners and Winers and Sean Higgs. Again, you can listen to this on iHeartRadio afterwards in podcast form, or go right to the YouTube. 124-87, 1-3 on a Friday night with our picks there. So 24-55 to the positive. Central Michigan plus 6.5. VMI plus 11.5. The Citadel 12.5. These two, I look at these numbers and I almost want to shift these guys to the uglies. They're so bad, but they're here. Northern Arizona plus 10. Tennessee Tech plus 7. Southern Indiana plus 6.5. Delaware plus the 11.5. For our guy, we're just talking about Delaware. I said, you know what? Here's a nice time to head on into the picks for tomorrow. And Justin's coming in. NC Greensboro plus 9.5. I put these in about a half hour, 45 minutes ago. So if the lines have moved a tad, they are what they are. Again, these are the opening numbers. This is what I go off of. And they are in the comment section as well as the Twitter world. If you're not following me on Twitter, you should. It costs you nothing to follow and hit like button and stuff like that. So you should do it. Be a friend. Close calls, 2-1 today. 2 doggies outright. 71-63 plus 210. New Mexico State plus 5.5. UMass plus 5.5. Detroit plus 8.5. Eastern Illinois plus 6. Chicago State plus 5.5. Bucknell plus 6. North Alabama plus 6. Colgate plus 6. Jackson State plus 6. Alcorn State plus 5.5. The Braves of Alcorn State. Florida A&M plus 5.5. Again, they are scrolling. They are in the comments. You could always go back later, re-listen on iHeartRadio, and I could get a whole 32 cents. The Uglies, 61-60 minus 880. And I told you that last year, this is from all these records are from January the 8th on. Last year, we started on February the 3rd, and by we, I mean me and the show. The Uglies last year on February 3rd on were 33-54. So they've improved a little bit with the January numbers. Still losers if you bet them all, but better than just February. St. Francis, 8.5. FDU plus 9.5. South Carolina State plus 6.5. Northwestern State plus 6.5. Mississippi Valley State plus 14. Again with these, and I bring them up, I say it each time. I don't have every one of these games bet. I keep track of them from January 8th on. Last year was February 3rd on. I post them all. They are what they are. In the regular mix of college hoops, we are 148-143. We are down 175. We just missed Western Michigan money line tonight. I thought we were going to pull out a 575 doggy. I thought we were going to get that on the money line. I'm probably going to add Houston to the mix tomorrow with this one. Maybe a couple other bigger schools. But that number is separate than the straight dogs, in case people ask. You know, I know sometimes I get like messages like, oh, you can't bet 30 games. Fella, I'm not betting all these games. Or ladies. That's why I'll repeat myself a lot, whether it's for NFL football on look at lines talking about a game, or these games here, or when baseball comes, when I'm taking 6, 7, and 8 hitters instead of Judge minus 105 for Ribby. I'm taking Ben Rice at plus 165 or Jazz or somebody down the line. It's just, you'll hear me repeat my reasoning. That's what we do. All right. So I don't think they'll come in and be like, yep, bet every one of these games and you'll be a winner. I'm not saying that at all. I just keep the record for you to see. All right, let's get back to it. Where are we here? Arkansas, I said we were going to grab. We had the Delaware take by Justin. Mr. Westers. Portland State Vikings. Why are they catching a point? Let's Let's look into it. Let's look into some. Where are you, Portland State? Big Sky action, 4 o'clock. The Grizzles of Montana. All right, Montana beats you on your own court, 64-60. The Grizzlies are 7-3 straight up versus you guys. You're hot, though. You're on a nice little 7-3 run. Lost your last game against EW. Did I have you in that game? I'm pretty sure we did because that looked like it was a 6.5. Montana losses in 4 of the last 5 games. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. And now you're at a doggy spot here. Let's look at some Big Sky Conference where everybody's at. Portland State, the number 1 team, 12-4. Montana at 9-7, 8-6 on the road. Porty's got Weber on deck. I mean, they have the seed wrapped up for top seed, short of losing the 2 in a row. Interesting line for sure, Mr. Weskers. Interesting line. I would lean Montana here. Again, just looking at it, 17-7, first place team, catching points from a 14-12 team. Michael B's in house. Jake, Higgs just exposed you as a fraud. I don't know about that, Justin. Hold on a second. I'm going to get that off. I'm going to see. I'm already got the Midday Money Show rolling on the recap. I'm seeing when here's Dylan, Kent State, Mount St. Mary's. I got to see where we get Jake in here. Okay. Here we go. Princeton moneyline over Syracuse. A little across actually at 4 o'clock. So it is Princeton moneyline. Maybe I thought the over. Let's see if he cleared up. So that Princeton moneyline over Syracuse. So he's okay there. That's where he's not frauding it up there. That is him saying plus money on the Princeton play. There it is. So it's Princeton. It was Princeton. It was not the over. When it said, I wrote it down wrong. It said Princeton over Syracuse. I thought Princeton over the Syracuse game. So there is that. And I think I even say that in the thing here. That's it. Me going to be a baller. Okay. So there you go. Jake, over 25.5 was not to play. It was Princeton. We'll cross that out. There's that. Justin, we got to adjust your thing there. Michael B, Nuggets first quarter, of course. Of course. Imagine trying to fade Todd Golden, the daddy of the league. Man, I'm just letting you know what my thought is. Mary's waiting for the best number. Virginia Tech, St. Johnny's at 6, New Mexico so far. And a lot of games tomorrow. Minnesota Golden Gophers. That's your crew. You like these guys. Who do you know in Minnesota? You like Minnesota in football? You like them in basketball? Oh, that's an ugly number there. There you go. You got to like Minnesota. -1 against a 19-win UCLA team. Sign me up. We're going to be adding – I'm going to have some more straight-up regular midday money free picks tomorrow. Minnesota's going to make it. That Montana's going to make it as well. I'm writing them down here. Well, we know Houston. I think Houston I'm going to be adding -18.5. Montana -1 is making the cut. Mini -1 is making the cut. I'll post them in the thing. I said Princeton money line over Syracuse. I just just did it. Money line over Syracuse. Yes, it was. I stand corrected. I went and checked. I just checked live. I'm going to do the right thing. If I got it wrong, I'm going to check. We got the videotape. And plus, T-Money hasn't been here in a while. T-Money's good to come in and take pictures or screenshots of things people say. Michael going to add Utah State -10.5, UNLV after the public comes in on Nevada, and Virginia in the points versus Duke. I mean, we got Dylan wants to lay 675 on Duke and 3,600 on Houston today. Not that I'm pulling against the guy, but Duke, you don't take a loss like that just wrecks you for the entire season. Duke lock outright, Houston lock outright. Oh my goodness, here we go. I mean, one, you're gonna put a lock emoji on a $700 favorite and a $36 favorite. You kind of lose me a little bit there, trying to get back into the win column. But I hope they win. Because why do I feel like if somehow Houston loses, which I don't think they will, but then minus 3,600, you got a whole big hill to climb. I'm taking there'll be a lot of money lines coming in after that one. Kansas versus Arizona. UConn outright. Again, big money line play. These things, I mean, what do we got here on the UConn money line? $1,100. Oregon -4.5, +4.5. Iowa State outright. There's another one. At least this one won't be terrible, the Iowa State number. Compared to these other ones you're laying. I mean, this is only 10, right? This one's only -600. UMass +5.5. There's winners and whiners in the house. Let's see. We talked at the Seton Hall 13.5, Minnesota +1 in the SMO. I'm definitely on Minnesota here for the show. I'm going to add those in a second. Joe agrees with you, Michael. Seton Hall, too many points. Take the points with the Hall. Here's the thing. If that UConn defense shows up like it did in the second half versus St. John's, I mean, the Hall is scoring, 50 points? And UConn's covering. Colorado first half team total under when I get a number. Houston at home shows up defensively first half off 3 straight losses. They can hold Colorado under 20. Yeah, again, 18.5. I'm not one to lay 18.5, but this is a spot I think Houston gets right. Taking the 10, that's another one I got to add. I got to add Arkansas as well. Arkansas +10. Yep. You know what? And I'm just saying, I don't mind about that. I'm just saying you have a team playing so well, and nobody's due. We're not hoping for a loss. You hope in one hand, poop in the other. See what fills up first. But I could, you're going to give me 10 points, and you haven't had a clunker in a bit. Sometimes teams, could throw one up. Justin likes Fresno. The Bulldogs. The Mountain West against Boise. Okay. Nice home dog here to Boise. Boise comes in 7-3 straight up, but just 5-5 against the number. 10-point dog in Utah State didn't cover. 4-point dog they won outright. 1-point dog they lost by 16, 17. -13 they covered. Just 5-5 ATS. 8-2 ATS run for Fresno, though. That's what matters. Fresno it is, Justin, yes. This is a tough one, Joe. It's a coin flip for me. I can't even say either way. Dylan, I got you covered here. Oh, we're right in more. Oh, my goodness. We got Duke -675. Houston -3,600. NC State +6.5. -6, plus 6.5. NC State plus 6.5. Where are we at here? Who's NC State playing? Notre Dame. So hold on a second. So you alternate line NC State plus 6.5. So what are we laying on that? Because that's a minus. I mean, if you're going plus 6.5, I mean, you're buying 12 points. What the hell? What is that? It's got to be at least minus 1,500, I'm going to say. Minus 50. Kansas plus 4.5. UConn minus 1,100. Oregon plus 4.5. Iowa State minus 600. Lipsky making the cut minus 2.5. And Austin, PA. You left off UMass in that one there. Let's scroll down to the added games. Austin, PA on the money line, not laying 5.5. PA minus 190. All right, so at least it's not 2-1. Higgs must have the Tony Short because the mom must have made Arizona play Gallon at $22 million. I told you Gallon was going to get his $20 million. You, Rod, thought I was crazy. That's just the going rate. I know. Duke and Houston. And he's got UConn in there as well. Jake says, I always forgive you. You give us winners every day. Well, listen, I wrote it down. And even when I was watching my video, I said the same thing in the thing. Like, oh, it was Princeton over Syracuse. So I just got them confused. So there's that. It's all right. Listen, it's on tape what I say here. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to fess up to the mistake. What do you make of this Green Bay line? I know you like piggybacking my Gottlieb angles. Yeah, it's all you. I knew nothing about – I think we went over this before, and I had Green Bay multiple times this year already. -2 at home. Oh, This is it. So the Horizon tournament starts when? Wednesday? Tuesday, Wednesday for Horizon? Horizon League, March 2nd. Monday, we have tournament action here. So, Green Bay 11-8, Youngstown 8-11. A win here, you got to stay ahead. Detroit's 11-8. Oakland, Robert Marshall 12-7. You could angle around a little bit. It is an important game for them. Youngstown won 88-81 last game. They won 4 straight in the series. Green Bay struggling 5-5 down the stretch here. I'm not interested in this game. I'll wait till next week in the tournament. Virginia money line. I like Virginia a little bit here in the points. I can make a case. I like the over too as well. I don't have the lock right now, but I'll be back for midday money with one possibly. I do like Arkansas. They're going to make the cut here. USC. Let's go to the Big Ten. Oh, home doggy Nebraska, huh? Interesting. Nebraska, first one on the road here. USC just got crushed by 20. At UCLA, which is it's LA. It's not crazy. Oregon, you lost to Oregon at home. Terrible. 50-point loss to Illinois. At home. Oy, oy. Yeah, I think USC's packed it in. I'm not interested in USC. A lot of funky lines tomorrow. BYU laying 2 to West Virginia. TCU laying 3 to K-State. Whiskey laying 1 to Washington. None of those lines make sense. Yeah, a lot of interesting lines tomorrow. -6. Okay. That's what I thought. Because I think the first time I had it written down 6.5. That's why I was like, wait a second. 9-time champion. Not sure if Georgia can give South Carolina 12 tomorrow. Looks like a live dog. South Carolina's a bad team. I mean, look at South Carolina. They're a mess. 3-12. I mean, honestly, the fact that LSU, South Carolina, Mississippi are all 3-12. Oklahoma's 4-11, and they're talking about Auburn, who's 6-9 in the conference, getting into the NCAA tournament. That's a freaking joke. What a joke. This conference is it's so good. You have from Florida number 1 at 13-2 to Oklahoma. I mean, hell, LSU, everything's just a game apart. 13 wins, 11, 11, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Just looking at that, though, as much as I don't love South Carolina or the SEC hype, I might be with you here on taking South Carolina. 75-70 last game in January. Last year, 73-64, 9 points, 71-60. Their first meeting. I mean, 10 points win. There's a 5-point game. There's a 6-point game. There's a 3-point game. I mean, of late, South Carolina 2-8 down the stretch here, but 5-5 against the spread. Covered at Florida, covered at Alabama, covered at Texas. A&M rolled you. Georgia's 5-5. Let's see. At home -2.5 to beat Texas. Doggy to Florida. They lost that one. Lost as a favorite to A&M as a 4.5-point favorite here at home. 1-point dog to Tennessee. You won by 1. Yeah, you know what? Listen, you want to take South Carolina here, 9-time champ? I can do that. I'm going to add South Carolina to the Midday Monday show picks at the end of the show. South Carolina plus 12 points. Fairly ridiculous, plus 9.5. They do fit the model. HB, what do you say? Where you been, HB? Montana and Minnesota to your locks. You got it. Montana and Minnie. You're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 locks. I'm letting you know right now. Duke at -675, Houston -3,600, UConn -1,100, Iowa State -600. Those 4 got little asterisks next to them. Because, you're coming into a chat and say, hey, let's take a $3,600 favorite. -3,600. Just letting you know. I'm going to tease you a little bit. 22 million for gallons crazy. No, it's not. That is the going rate for starting pitchers. 20 mil. 20 mil. It's like the quarterbacks. Everybody's getting 35, 40 million. That's the going rate. That's what they get paid. That is true. What is that? Many water lifting boats. That's exactly what the NFL is there for quarterbacks and pitchers and all types of crap. This is the average salary. It's what you got to get. Ridiculous. Rising tide lifts all boats. Zach Gallen gets 22 milli. Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly of the galley. All right, we're going to add here to the show. 18.5 for Houston. Montana -1. Minnesota -1. Arkansas plus the 10. South Crack-a-Lacka plus 12. They're scrolling on the bottom. They're in the chat. Let's get rid of the scroll and put them up here. Big screen for everybody. Boom. How you like me now? Kumo D. Let's go. All right, let's give a quick little edit post. There we go. There we are. There we are, everybody. $22 million for a 4.83 ERA. You know, don't be jealous of the guy. I'll give you another SEC dog. Arkansas getting 9 in Gainesville. Hogs have been in the lead all month. Yeah, we've already got Arkansas in play. We got Arkansas. We just put in the chat. Arkansas, yes. I would not be mad if the Giants signed down for $20 million. I mean, really. There's a lot worse than Zach Gallen. You know, I'm going to get you're spending. That's what you're spending, 70, 18, 19, 20 million on a guy. So I got 20 million on a guy who's going to go 200 innings. Maybe have a bounce back year. Come on. Royals 2 in the Central. Oh boy. You know, I love my Royals last year. My Dragons, 10.5 wins, nowhere to be found. I'm worried about the pitching. Bobby Witt will be looking at stolen base props. I think he's a 30-30 guy this year for him. They'll be looking for Witt ribbies as well if we get some good plus money. We're just talking about the Arkansas game. There it is, Arkansas, Carolina, a couple dogs. Houston as well, Montana, Minnesota. These are official show picks that go all the way back this record. I know it's confusing to some people who are newer to the show. I always pick up new people during the tournaments. 7-5. Take the 7-5. As long as one of your huge favorites doesn't go down, you're set. Kansas is catching like 9 tomorrow. They're catching a chunk. They're catching a number. 9.5. 9.5. Yep, we got you. Great minds think alike. 9-time champ. Stop Geo's in house. Your lock record day was 0-7 in basketball. You did cash the Yankees, but that's baseball. It doesn't count in the basketball world. All your other games are basketball, so you know. I mean, listen, Dylan, if you got these locks and you're not keeping track of them, come on, I gotta get a new pad for the Dylan locks. Mr. Weir says that's why Mike's not the GM of the Giants. $20 million. Yeah, no, they're not gonna. They don't get Zach Gallen. No, let's bring in Andre Hauser. Alex Cobb. Let's go to the retread route. Anthony DeScafellini. Yeah, that's where we want to go. New York Yankee bargain bin shopping. Jazz first quarter tomorrow. Here we go. My Tigers need to get down if we realistically want to compete with the Dodgers. Listen, you got Framber's nice. If Flannery bounces back, that's a nice 1, 2, 3. Maybe one of the youngsters take a step forward. You need some hitting. Red Sox Twin East. It's a ballsy prediction. Listen, you want to throw them out there? Even Baltimore. If Baltimore can get some pitching, maybe the hitting returns. I think the East is wide open. People are just penciling in the Yanks. Cole's not coming back right away, and he's older. And as well, I like Rodon signing. I love the Fried signing. I mean, those are two really good pitchers. But you have to be concerned about their injury history because they had a good year last year. Is that the outlier, or did they just have a fluke injury before that? I need the steadiness. And even so, those two guys are going to give us 30 starts. Awesome. Again, Cole coming back from injury, ends another year older. Cam Schiller, Louis Gill. I mean, we've seen the act before with Cortez. Remember this guy? Oh, my goodness, he's great. He's great for half the season, and he's been terrible. You're writing these guys in like they're going to be fabulous. Can we get can we get something out of them first? I mean, half seasons. Seen a lot of guys come in and have flash in the pans. 9-time Braves guy, rough back end rotation, Sale Strider, the offense should be elite. I took the Braves to win over 88.5 games. I think a division possible. Again, for the Mets, I like Peralta. I'm a big Peralta guy. I thought he should have got Cy Young last year. And I'm old school stats. Guy goes 17-8, 200 strikeouts, 200 innings. You're on a winning team. Paul Skeens pitching on a crap team that does nothing. You have 10 wins. I don't think that's a Cy Young guy, right? I mean, how good are you? You're the best. You can't win. Right? It blows my mind here. That being said, Strider back. He got, worked through a bunch last year. Again, you come back from injury. That's what happens. Those two guys at the top, they'll find some decent mid-rotation guys. The offense, though. Where are the bats the last 3 years? So back to the Mets. You got Peralta. Who else is your pitcher? I want to see something. Okay, he might be able to hit this year. Who knows? I don't know how Simeon's going to hit. We'll see how this lineup does. The Nats are clearly in another rebuild. Marlins, will they take a step forward? I don't know. They could be sellers. And the Philly team, to me, your ace is coming back from an injury. You lost another guy. Another starter walks out the door. And it's old. Harper's an older guy. Turner's an older guy. This is an older team. I'm with you on the Braves. 43 area for $22 million of stop. Guy had a bad year. This guy. Got him to top for years. Come on for this year. He's a bounce back. Exactly. Hey, listen, if he has another crap year, they're not going to sign him. They'll let him walk, and someone will give him $12 million Nick Pivetta kind of deal. Or Martin Perez or whoever kind of guy he's going to turn into. Man, no one watching Gallen games. Guys don't know baseball in here. The guy had a bad year. Expecting guy at the tail end of his career. Tail end of his career, Zach Gallen, huh? He's at the tail end of his career? I mean, wait till if this guy's at the tail end of his career at how old is he? 30? He's done at 30? And yet who's your team, Mr. Weskers? I mean, I hope it's not the Dodgers, because that team's got a lot of problems with guys in their 30s, pitchers with injury history. I mean, what are you talking about? Cease contract, I don't understand. That's just paying the guy who he puts up numbers, but he's never been the best. It's the talent is there, the stuff is there. He's got to put it together. 4.5. We went to put Kansas at plus 9.5. Yes, I wrote down the right number for the Kansas game. I got Kansas at 9.5 for you. Kansas not the same team outside the fog. They were in Arizona's perfect season. I might do a 2-team zone and somebody else. Yeah, I mean, I like Arizona tomorrow. I mean, I like St. John's to roll tomorrow. I mean, you don't score for 17 minutes and miss 25, 26 straight shots. No, it's an auto play. I locked in Natty's under. Yeah, I agree. Cease and Gallen are the same person. Look at this guy, Maurice, coming in. He's got a new picture. Look at him. Look, he's ready for springtime here. Smiling, got a nice shape up with the head going. This guy. Let's see him race. Playoffs, 5-1. Oof. I need more. I can do an over with you. I can get in the bus. You want to go over the total? I always like the pitching staff. Mr. Westers is on Team Higgs. Thank you. Michael, have a good night as well. Detroit, yes. Justin, where you been? We got Detroit. We already got him up here in the chat. There you go. Where are they? They're in the close calls. Detroit 8.5. There you go. There you have it. A lot of stuff for Saturday here. Again, they're all in the comment section. Replay available. iHeartRadio podcast form. Listen, I don't like them to make the playoffs. I think that's, again, 5-1 is, I need more than that. But 73 wins? You got the Nats in your division, and I'm telling you, somebody's going to slip up. Somebody niece is going to be bad that's not supposed to be bad. It says, now we're boozing. All right, let's get on out of here. Close calls. We'll put them in the comments section. In plays as well. Comment section. The uglies. Exactly what they are. A losing record with the uglies. And our regular college basketball programming. Here we go. Everything is in the chat on YouTube. iHeartRadio, again, after the fact. Twitter, at Mr. Sean Higgs, for all of your free picks available there. And that's a wrap for Friday night. Midday by tomorrow. Not going to add anything. I mean, how many more are we going to add here? You guys are going to get your own pens to write down all the games. That's it. Happy Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.